Hello, and welcome to the Enlisted to Medical Degree Preparatory Program Personal Statement Briefing. I'm Gustavo Ruiz, and I'll be your host for today's briefing. Don't forget, please scan this QR code to join our EMDP2 interest list. It'll take you right to our website. What are we going to cover today? Today, we're going to cover the application subsection on personal statement. What is a personal statement? How to format a personal statement, paragraph by paragraph breakdown, and how to succeed on the personal statements. We'll also have some resources for you. We're going to completely focus on the personal statement subsection today, but if you want more information on the rest of the application, please visit our website. The EMDP2 application mirrors the AMCAS application, the American Medical College Application Service, to streamline your process for success. So your work on today's personal statement will help you once you apply to medical school later on. Let's get into the personal statement. A maximum of one personal statement may be submitted. 5,300 character limit, which is about 5 to 6 paragraphs. This is your opportunity for the EMDP2 Admissions Committee to get to know you. Your personal statement is not a resume. Remember that. Don't list everything you've done in a resume style. It is a journey. It is a story. The experiences section allows you to showcase your accomplishments. Remember to always be truthful and accurate with everything that you express, whether it's in experiences or the personal statement. You never know. A committee will thoroughly read your personal statement and may be familiar with the type of experience that you write about. We want to get to know you. Be authentic. Set yourself up for success. Show the EMDP2 Admissions Committee who you are. What is a personal statement? Highlight what makes you uniquely stand out from every other applicant. It's the first thing the EMDP2 Admissions Committee will read. Your personal statement sets the tone of your entire application, right? The committee is going to know whether you have this passion for medicine, right? Write for yourself. Don't write for that rank or title who will be reading your personal statement. Applicants sometimes have trouble with writing about themselves. It's natural. Seek help framing yourself and all the good you've done. Tell your story. Many people write how they speak. That may not read as well as it sounds, right? So make sure other people have reviewed and edited your personal statement. Ensure your final draft is grammatically correct and flows well. Let's look at the paragraph in format and design. The first paragraph, I call it the enticement paragraph or the hook, right? The second, your beginnings. Third, and maybe the fourth, 3 and 4th paragraphs is your journey. The 5th paragraph, or maybe the 6th, your meaningful experience. And the last, the tying all together paragraph. Up to 5,300 characters in the body of a personal statement. It's about 5 to 6 paragraphs altogether. Let's look at the first paragraph, the enticement paragraph, the hook. It's usually an event that motivated you to answer the why, a career medicine question. Take us into that moment, into that place. Let us imagine what you're feeling or going through in that moment. Let us take part of that experience with you. Give us some suspense and draw the reader in, right? You hook the reader to want to read the whole story about you. Help us know why you've decided to help humanity through a career in medicine. And always end with your passion statement, why you want to become a physician. Here's an example of the enticement paragraph, the hook. In this personal statement, this applicant gives us his hook, his enticement. Why? What happened? As a child, he was volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House, where he saw children, patients, doctors, the relationship and interaction of families and physicians and medical teams, right? And you can read it and take some notes from the way that this applicant expresses the enticement. I love how he says, I keenly studied each interaction and observed the doctors as they celebrated the successes and grieved the misfortunes of the families they helped treat. They seemed to carry with them an aura which was inspiring and delicate. After my first interaction with the doctors who treated my cousin, I knew I wanted to be a person in that white lab coat. You see, he took us to his enticement. He set the room for us to experience what he experienced. And he drove it home by saying his passion. He wants to wear that white lab coat. Excellent. Let's continue to our second paragraph. Your beginnings. This is where you tell us who you are, where you come from, the essence of what makes you unique. What was your childhood like? Where was it? Was it humble? Is there a family member that you admire, right? That you stand on their shoulders, right? Were you called to medicine as a child? Was it an experience? Did someone get sick? A friend, a family member? Did a mentor have an impact on your life? Maybe a physician or a teacher? Something you saw that drew you in to want to be a physician or be part of that team, right? Wear that white lab coat, right? How did where you come from make you into the applicant you are today? Anything you want the reader to know that connects you to your medical journey. It's your beginnings. Here's the example. This applicant again takes us to his beginnings, how he was raised in a family environment which demanded a high degree of personal responsibility, what his parents expected, right? The things that have happened as a child, burdens, right, that he had to carry, and he turned it all into positive energy. I found myself relishing the successes of my younger family members and providing comfort in their times of tragedy. Remind us of something? That first paragraph of doctors relishing in the successes of patients and comforting those in tragedy. Each of these instances, my resolve to pursue a life in medicine was strengthened. Continues to keep us connected in his personal statement, all the way to the beginning. Wonderful work. Let's go to the third and maybe fourth paragraph, your journey. Show us your journey, focusing on two major factors, your educational journey. It's needed. You need that educational journey to get to where you are today. I don't know what it was. And your military journey, right? Could be one or two paragraphs. Were you a traditional student, right, in your educational journey? Did you have to take an alternate route to a degree, right? As enlisted myself, we would call ourselves professional students, where we went so many different colleges and universities because we PCS'd to different places. Not a traditional student, right? Was your education influenced by a lack of access, maybe? I know some of you are deployed all the time, or you grew up in a place where you didn't have the means. Did you have a complex path to becoming a mature student? A lot of us choose the military sometimes because we're burned out with education, or we were just not maybe developed or nurtured in that environment. Then your military calling. What was your calling to the military? When did you decide? How did you decide to be that 1% of the population that decides to serve their nation? How did you negotiate college and your military career? Some of you, families on your backs as you're trying to accomplish this degree, to take the next step and apply to this passion that you keep holding on to, become a physician. What are you proud of in your service? I know that you've done things with your teammates, for the world, for your nation. How have you grown in the military? This is the third and fourth paragraph, your journey, your education, and the military. This is the example from the applicant on his educational journey and his military journey. He takes us on that first paragraph, right? The type of academic trajectory, right, that he had to take with all the different types of factors, whether they're external or internal factors, that made it difficult for him to succeed academically. But he got there somehow. My educational journey is one of a resilience in the midst of setbacks and obstacles. I now appreciate these challenges as they have prepared me for the challenges which await in EMDP2 and beyond. Beautiful. Then he takes us to his military journey. How he got to the military, why he decided, what made him what he is today. During my time in the Marine Corps and eventually in special operations, I have found myself in challenging environments with demanding mission requirements which have necessitated that I sacrifice personal comfort. However, the fulfillment I get out of serving my family, my teammates, in my country, makes the sacrifices to personal time easy to bear. You see the connection, his passion to serve community, nation, family, what he will be doing later on in that white lab coat, as he mentions it. Beautiful. Sorry, I get excited because this is just amazing work by you guys. The fifth and sixth paragraph, your meaningful experiences. Solidify your statement with one or two meaningful experiences that have motivated you, developed you, given you hope, brought value to your life, gave you direction, or challenged you. You have grown a lot, and it's not always easy. Share it with us. And it's okay to double dip from one or two experiences that you've already written about in your experiences section, because these experiences that you're writing in your personal statement, they are meaningful. Reserve this for experiences that are very important to you and you want to highlight in your application. Okay? This is his example. He takes us to two experiences. One of his siblings, brother and sister, treated for cancer. Right? All that he felt, all that he experienced, sitting, standing, holding their hands through this journey of illness. And then takes us to the illness of his grandmother, who was diagnosed with glioblastoma. He gives us these medical references, even though he might have been a child or a young person during this time. Now that he's looking to become this physician, to enrich himself with education, to help others, he's going back and finding out what was the diagnoses. He's understanding it from a different level, not just a family member, but a clinical professional. Thank you so much for sharing this in your personal statement. Although it's not easy to write about sometimes, it definitely shows your depth. It shows your commitment. It shows your enticement and your passion of why you want to help humanity through medicine. You've been touched personally. The final paragraph, the tie it all together paragraph. This is where you tie your statement together. Why have all the things you wrote about in your personal statement made such an impact on your life and decision to become a physician? Take us back to the beginning of your statement and remind us what started your path to medicine. Describe to us what you feel and how important this journey has been for you to make this commitment. Declare your commitment to medicine. Don't forget. Drive it home. Imprint your story on the reader. You need to stand out from the pile on their desk. You need to stand out from the bunch. This is the final paragraph. Give us your philosophy, your gold. Here's the example that the candidate gave us as a final paragraph that tie it all together. I would like to read it. Throughout my life, my commitment to service, whether to my family, my community, or my country, has been driven by a desire to provide comfort to those in need. Beginning with my time as a volunteer at the Ronald McDonald House, you see how he took us to the beginning. As a child, what enticed him, reminded us. And then during my interactions with the doctors at the Duke Cancer Center, then his journey, the family members that were sick, right? The teams that enticed him and motivated him. I have found the power of the people in the white lab coat. Look, brought us back to the white lab coat. That decision he made to help humanity through medicine. To be magical and awe-inspiring. For these reasons and more, I am compelled to pursue a life in medicine. Drove it home with his call to passion. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for sharing this excellent personal statement. Your personal statement is your chance to show us everything your evaluations, awards, experiences, and military record cannot tell us. There's no singular correct way to write a personal statement, right? A personal statement is personal. This format we present is solid and can offer you perspective on how to start. Use all, some, or none of the format as long as it helps you. The personal statement is the most common source of questions we receive. Don't overthink it. We want to get to know you, not have you hit marks or just check the blocks. Again, these are some resources for you. Our application period is from May to September. The best resource is the EMDP2 website, which is right here in front of you. Use this QR code to get there as well. Review the application procedures tab. Watch our application tutorial videos and other videos to come, and join our interest link to stay up to date. Start early and ask us questions. Thank you so much for your time.